Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Shade, Ireland's #1 Spurs fan, bringing you the hype show, the best show on YouTube, with my main man Marcelo, where we were talking all things Tottenham. Basically, a quick rundown of the show today. I'll be getting Marcelo's view on the Ludogorets and the Chelsea games. Then I'll be talking a little bit about the transfer market, and then I'll be asking Marcelo about his five favorite players of all time for Tottenham, and then basically just a little dig at Arsenal at the end as well. So make sure you stay tuned. And if you like the content, like, subscribe, do the right thing, and show me your support. It's free at the end of the day. Right, let's get into it, Marcelo. How are you keeping?
I'm doing good. Thank you, David. Thank you for having me, and I'm ready for the hype show. And what a time it is to be a Tottenham fan, man. What a time to be alive to be a Tottenham fan. Some North London clubs can't relate, but we are top of the league, bro. Come on, let's go, man.
Yeah, man. Look, there's no better time at the minute, especially with the direction we're heading in, the players we have, and the main man
Exactly.
behind it all, the manager. We even have a club legend back at the club in Ledley King. So it's all
Fantastic.
looking good. And this is the year where I'm strongly urging the Spurs fans to truly start believing, because I think this could be our year.
How can
But
you?
look,
Can
no,
I
go
say
ahead.
something? How can you not
Yeah,
believe it? How can you not believe in it now? You know what I mean? How can you look? Look, Mourinho is building a philosophy at this club, man. And you look at these players, they're standing by a philosophy. You look at these other clubs, right? You look at Man United, right? I've always said this: Man United have a great squad. People laugh at me, but I'm saying they have a great squad, but no philosophy. They only rely on individual players for success, and that's what it used to be with us. We used to just rely on Son, Kane, and that's it. But now we have a philosophy, man. And you look at Dyer, you look at these other guys. Maybe they're not the best defenders. Maybe we don't have the best defenders in the league. But I will say this: we have one of the best philosophies and one of the best squads in the league. You watch us defend compared to other teams with better defenders, you cannot compare. We are a unit.
yeah, I fully agree with you. We're so compact and we're so together at this moment in time. I've never seen the likes of it. I've never seen the mentality that the players have at the minute. And it's all perfect going forward. And like I said, I strongly believe the end of the season is going to be a fantastic one for us Spurs fans. Even if it's not the Premier League, it'll be the Europa League.
I
Um,
think, yeah, I agree. I think we're definitely winning a trophy.
yeah, everything points towards it. So look, I'm delighted. But look, I want to get your thoughts on the Ludogorets game, and then secondly the Chelsea game.
The Ludogorets game. I mean, it was an easy game, wasn't it? Like, I mean, you can only beat the opponents that are in front of you, man. You know what I mean? Um, and that was the game. I think Wink scored a halfway line goal, right? I was having my Christmas dinner. I think I missed the first half around there, so I missed some of the goals. I was so sad that I couldn't see my boy Vinicius score. I was so disappointed, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? I went and watched the first half back, and but it was fantastic. I mean, we just dominated the ball and did what we got to do. And but it also shows that you compared that to the Chelsea game, right, where we had a very tough opponent. We defended very well that game, and then against the Ludogorets, who was a much weaker side, we dominated the game. They didn't have a shot on target. Defensively and offensively, perfectly balanced. No sloppy plays. Taganga, amazing. I mean, Taganga, coming back from a back injury. You know what I mean? Like, that's something that a lot of players take time to recover, man. And he had an amazing game. Deli looked on form. I mean, I don't want to take too much from the game, obviously, because of the opponent. But like I said, you can only beat what's in front of you, and I thought it was a perfect performance.
Yeah, look, first of all, big up Tanganga. It was great to see him back. I was absolutely delighted.
Yeah.
I'm truly convinced that this guy is going to be a club legend. He's going to be a player that we're going to have for the next 10,
Yeah.
12 years at the top of his game. He's a player I'm throwing all my support behind. I love him. He's one of our own as well. And even the way you heard him speak in the documentary about the club,
Yeah.
and his pride to play for the club, it's perfect. And look, Ludogorets is a game we dominated, but rightly so. It's a game we should be winning. In terms
Exactly.
in terms of European football, they're nobody's compared to us. Do you know what I mean? We're Champions League finalists. We've been to the knockout stages numerous of times.
Yeah.
So, like,
European
we've pedigree in
European.
Europe. Yeah, we've pedigree in Europe. It's a game we should be winning without
Yeah.
any foot, like without any hiccups, without conceding a goal. And it's exactly what we've done, and it's perfect. Like you said, your boy Vinicius, he had a great game. I was liking what I was seeing. He was aggressive up front. He was chasing down things as well, and he was getting stuck in. And he took his first goal incredibly well. He's a player that he snatched at a few chances in the previous Europa League games. But I have to say, when he was played through by Dele Alli, I honestly had full confidence that he was going to put it away, and he did. And then Lucas Moura to set him up for his second. I love that. I love to see the
That
camaraderie between the two of them.
that partnership, I already told Ben Assem this. I think if right now, if Anissa is gonna play, I think Lucas has to be there, or someone that speaks Portuguese or Spanish around there, because I feel like you can tell when I think when he played what was it, Antwerp. I don't think he played with Lucas. I think it was Bergwijn and Bale, right?
Yeah,
And you see he didn't have that same connection. But when you see him playing with Lucas, right? They seem to communicate with each other so well. And I think Vinicius still has to learn the language, obviously. He just came here, but you can tell he pays attention very well, and he's very good at communicating. And it's good to see that this backup striker, right, in Vinicius, not only is he a good goal scorer, but he's also seems to have an eye for an assist. You know what I mean?
yeah.
He has that pass in him, and that's fantastic. You know what I mean? This is what you need in a squad. You know, before you can't just have the same striker, right? Can't you need a striker that brings a different element to the game? And I think Vinicius brings a different element to the game that, maybe in the Premier League game, if we need it, we can use it.
Yeah, for me, look, it's so important that Vinicius works out. It really is, and it's so important that not only the players but Mourinho as well, really does throw their support behind this guy and make it work. Because look, over the years we've seen Kane gas out a number of times,
Yep.
and it's purely because we were relying on him every game. And at this elite level, you just can't be playing, especially in the Europa League. You can't be playing Thursday, Sunday every week.
No.
You know what I mean? And then the odd time you have a cup game thrown in, like we did with Chelsea with the League Cup. You just can't be playing every game. And
Can't.
look, we had tried Parrott there, but for me, he was a guy that he was too good for the under-23s, but not quite at the level we needed him to be at to back up Kane. So look, it's great that he's gone out and on, and it's crucial that Vinicius works. Now, just another player that I would like to touch on, but before I touch on it, is Dele Alli. But before I touch on him, I just want to get some of the live comments in here. We have Thomas Nation saying, "Hey, big up Marcelo."
Big up you, bro. Big up you. And don't worry, I saw your Twitter. I'm ready to go in your show. I'm just a little bit busy right now, but I'll definitely hit you back, man.
Yeah, his real name is John. He's constantly sending me messages of support. And I'm glad I inspire him. He does say that I inspire him, and I inspired him to set up his fan show. He's up there, nearly up there with #1 fan in the Harris Army. So thanks very much for your support. And you've bagged Marcelo, so you've bagged a very good guest there. Well done. We have John again, Thomas Nation. Big up you both. I am looking forward to it. Good. It's good to see the excitement. Like I said, fans were loving it. I got good comments in underneath, and a lot of people asking you about your own channel. So look, the support there is for the show, and it's what the fans want to see. So hopefully we're delivering for you.
Yeah.
And we have Sean O'Neill. We are the army. Yeah, big shout out to this guy. Look, he's a guy that I actually used to work with, and I told him many a times this is something I'd love to do. And look, I waffled the ears off him long enough about it. And yeah, he's a big fan. So thanks very much, Sean. He's a great guy, a great laugh as well. Thank you.
Big up, Sean. Big up, Sean, bro. Big up. My G.
And then we have a walk in the northern side. Another guy who's throwing a lot of support behind me. He gets involved in the comment section below as well. So thank you very much. And a guy that is looking to come on. So we'll definitely be bringing him on sometime soon. And basically he says, guys, what's your thoughts on Kane might not being available for Sunday? I think it's all mind games for Mourinho. Yeah, look, in my opinion, you summed it up there perfectly. Mourinho's throwing out a bit of bait there, and he's going to see whether Arsenal bite on it. Personally, I think it's just a load of smoke. It's not true. Kane's going to be playing. What's your thoughts, Marcelo?
It's pure shenanigans. It's Mourinho 101. My game's 101, man. But hey, listen, honestly, If we were to rest Kane for the Arsenal game, I'll still be confident, bro. That man a dead food. If we put Vinicius up there, if we played that game with no strikers, bro, because Arteta has nothing. All right, Arteta has nothing. No up front. Brexit FC. Newcastle has more goals than these men. Forget about that. Forget about Arsenal, bro. That's already 3 points. All right. I'm more worried about the Crystal Palace game. All right. Let me tell you that. I'm more worried about that Crystal Palace game. Forget Arsenal, bro. We can play our under 20 squad and we'll still beat those men. They're dead food.
There you are, Marcelo summed it up perfectly there. Brilliant, love it. Thomas Nation again, Tapas Pulis, Barmy Army. Tapas Pulis, it's a name that's going around a lot about this guy now on social media. It's perfect. Look, they can't create nothing. They're averaging a goal a game in the Premier League. They're conceding more than what they're scoring.
Hey,
They've done the unthinkable. They've turned a Boomerang into Nicholas Bentner. Do you know what I mean? It's unbelievable what's going on out there at the minute. There's a lot of infighting going on, scratching each other. Do you know, I love it. It's perfect.
red cards. It's all falling apart. You know, these men, listen, these men used to be at the top. These men, they used to be in the top. But like Rome, sometimes it all falls apart. And we're seeing the fall of them, bro. This is the fall of Arsenal. And it is beautiful. I love it, man. Dude, and you want to know another little stat, Harris? Uh, the last time, I think it's been 8 hours since Arsenal scored a goal from open play. 8 hours. So I think that's like what, 2 or 3 games since they scored a goal from open play, around there. 4 games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4 games. I think it is in around 4. Look, I failed math my leaving cert, so I'm not the best.
Yeah, my math is not that good too. So don't but it's been 8 hours since they scored a goal from open play. That's been about like 3 or 4 games. That's incredible.
Look, it's great to see the demise. To be honest with you, I hope they're in a relegation battle all season long. But I don't want them to get relegated. I actually want them to finish 17th, just above it, just to kind of just to really rub it in. Do you know what I mean? And then so we can play them again the next year, get another 6 easy points off them. It's perfect. The demise of the club, I've been calling it out for years. Arsenal fans wouldn't listen to me, but they might start listening to me now. You know, already on some of them on AFTV already have their excuses. Ty, he's just going to blame it on the ref, VAR decisions, everything else but the players. I look forward to it. I can't wait because
it's
we
free
should
entertainment. It's free entertainment. It's free Netflix. Who needs Netflix when you got AFTV, man? But listen, I've been telling them, like, when they were like always down and like they were like not getting European football, and you see them at the league. What they went, okay, 2006 was the last time they won the Premier League, right? From then on, they went from number 1 to top 4 to then not being able to finish the top 4 to finish around the top 5, top 6, and now they can't even finish in the top 6. And I've been saying it. And they won this FA Cup, and they're like, oh, we won the FA Cup. And I'm like, nobody wants to play for an FA Cup champion squad. Everybody wants to play for a European Champions League level squad. You think Saniolo wants to play for a Champions League for an FA Cup champion squad? He probably doesn't even know what an FA Cup is, bro. He's Italian. He probably doesn't even know what it is. But you say Champions League, you better bet he's gonna pack that bags and move, bro. And that's where we're going. We're going Champions League. Like we're challenging for the title. Champions League for me is already secured this season. I don't see Mourinho, dropping the Champions League. Of course, football, anything can happen. But I just see the discipline in the squad. I don't see us dropping the Champions League squad. Right now, I'm focused on title winning. These men are focusing on getting top 6. They're dead. They're done.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. Look, it's the club everyone loves to laugh at, isn't it? Really, like
Banter.
Look, even when they were in the Champions League, every club was rubbing their hands at getting them in the draw because they were really the whipping boys of Europe at the time. They've always bigged their club up bigger than what it ever has been. The move to the Emirates was an absolute disaster. You look at our move; it's worked out. It's going to be just fine, a nice smooth transition, something they could only dream of. It's a wet dream for them for that to happen. I'm absolutely loving it. Now, just a couple more comments there, and then we have Charlie. I'll bring Charlie in now in a second. And we have Bardia GH. Is Kane really injured? No, he's not injured. We said Mourinho throwing out a bit of bait there for them. They're going to absolutely chomp at the bit because they have nothing else to be doing. They're going to get hyped up. What he's doing is actually he's setting you up a nice show on Sunday evening because AFTV are going to react to this absolutely lovely. DT, the whole lot. And they're going to be like, oh, you know, we might have a chance. He's going to give them false pretenses. We might have a chance. Kane is out. And then you're going to see Kane walking out in his lovely number 10 jersey, a nice perfect fit on. His hair is going to be absolutely perfect condition. His boots are going to be shining. And he's going to absolutely rip David Luiz a new one. So don't you worry. He will be playing.
Yep, there we go. My man David, bro. My man David. He's gonna Mourinho setting them up, you know, just for failure, bro. They're getting just their hopes up.
Yeah, I love
He's
it, man.
Mourinho's cruel, bro. That's cruel, man. You know what I mean? Like, I hate Arsenal, but I even kind of feel like a little soft spot for them, man, bro.
I've heard all of this.
I absolutely love it. I'm delighted. Yeah. Just a couple more quick comments there. Sean O'Neill again. David, I want my shout out. We are the army. I gave you your shout out a few minutes ago. I'd say you're delighted now. Bardi GH, Vinny will make history. I presume he's on about Vinicius.
Vinny, go!
Don't know about history, but I really do hope it works out for the guy because we need a striker. But anyway, back onto the Chelsea game. What's your thoughts on the Chelsea game? Where like I know a lot of fans were saying to me, why does it feel like a loss? And like I said to them, I said just go back and watch some of the games from last year on how absolutely dire we were to watch. Like us hardcore fans stuck through it. We went through the pain. And look, that performance against Chelsea, you would have only dreamed of that this time last year. So, you know, I don't understand. So, yeah, what's your opinion?
Charlie, you wanna?
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, look. First of all, I just want to say you were talking about Kane and stuff. I'm praying he's not injured. I hope it's mind games. Like we can't have him injured, huh?
It's a smoke screen. He's resting him up. He's resting him up.
He said Vinicius and Reguilon as well. I hope they're not injured. Like,
no, there's no way. No,
I hope not.
No, especially Vinicius. He's not. It's just
what makes me think a little bit. Obviously, I think it is mind games. But what makes me think a little bit is because why would he do it with Vinicius? Like, because Vinicius wasn't going to play against Arsenal either way. He wasn't going to start. So that's just what makes me think a little bit. What do you guys think of that?
Do you maybe think that he's just doing it to try to kind of throw off the last manager? Maybe because, you know, he's banking on Vinicius starting and maybe he's just doing it throw a bit of a spanner in the works. What do you think, Marcelo?
I think, you know, when you think about Vinicius and Kane being out and you're Arsenal or Lask, you're like, ooh, they don't have any strikers. You know, maybe you can go a little bit more attacking, a little bit more open.
And going back to what David said, that relates to the Chelsea games last year. The fact that we got battered in both of them last year, and I think this year people saying that it was 2 points dropped. I think it's 1 point gained because going away to Stamford Bridge, getting a draw, it's not a bad result and a clean sheet as well. It's decent there, and I think we know we could have stolen that at the end. It wasn't a chance. People making it out as a clear chance, but it wasn't. It was just something that we could have done more with Lo Celso and stuff. But still, it's a decent result for us, and the fact we remain top of the league, it's happy days in that sense.
Listen, I agree with you 100%, Charlie. Listen, the amount of times I've seen us getting touched at, you know, Stamford Bridge, you know, it's enough to file a lawsuit against those men, bro. It's absolutely incredible. But listen, a point gain at Stamford Bridge, I'll always take that any time of day, bro.
Keeps us top, so
yeah. And look at the pros. Keeps us top. It's a point gain at Stamford Bridge, which we usually don't get. And you know,
we usually
got a clean sheet. Yeah, we usually get it. We got a clean sheet. And we looked disciplined and we looked tough to break, just like the City game. Yeah, it's a philosophy. He's building philosophy at this club, man.
Yeah, look, exactly.
The fact that we had Roden playing, who not many
the Welsh
people
Maldini, the Welsh Maldini.
Apart from Marcelo. Marcelo's Roden's number one fan. And look, the fact that we had him come in and play a game of that magnitude, and we kept a clean sheet. We got out of there unscathed, especially up against the likes of Werner or Ziyech. Look, Abraham's not too much of a problem. That guy's just a flank. You're never going to win a league with him up front. But Marcelo,
he always falls down every time.
How happy were you to see your boy Roden, the Welsh Maldini.
Welsh Maldini.
The Welsh Maldini, bro. I mean, listen. If you're gonna tell me Rodon was gonna make his Premier League debut against one of the top clubs in the Premier League and only make 2 mistakes, I'll say I'll take that, man. You know what I mean? And like people that are like, oh, you can't play Rodon because of those 2 mistakes. You got to play Sanchez. I'm like, hold on a second. Sanchez makes a mistake every week, and he's the one with experience.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
The thing is, coming on to Sanchez as well, it makes no sense with him really, because when he came in, you could understand it a bit because he was a young player, young defender. But now he's like 24. He's still making the same mistakes. I just don't understand it. Like every time he plays, he's got a mistake in him, and I think people saying that they wanted Sanchez over Rodon, I think it's ridiculous. It's like they're saying they're not giving Rodon a chance in that sense. And I think he deserved his chance. And apart from those couple of moments, which luckily didn't cost us, I think he took it quite well on Sunday against Chelsea. That's for sure.
Yeah, and something I saw was a tough mentality from Rodon, because how many times, if you look at the West Ham game, when Sanchez made that mistake, right? You can see he just fell apart at West Ham. After the first mistake, he just fell apart. Rodon, he made a mistake. He's like, all right, man, you know what I mean? I made a mistake. Let's go. Let's drive the ball forward. Let's stay composed under the ball, and he did a good job, man. He's very fast. He was driving the ball forward. He was trying to get some plays done. I thought it was a very good performance by the Welsh Maldini, and I'd rather start him over Sanchez any day of the week.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. One thing I was impressed with Roden about was purely his willingness to come out of the back with the ball and take a risk sometimes and try and make something happen. It's not something I realised he had to his game. So look, for me, it was a very good debut. Look, he had a mistake or 2 in him. It didn't cost us, but like you said, I'd rather play him than Sanchez any day of the week. I don't think you're going to see him on Sunday against Arsenal. I do think you're going to see Toby back.
Yeah.
Mourinho said Toby's back in full training and he's got a chance. So come on, I'm just praying that we still have Kane and Reguilon on Sunday. I really hope so.
Yeah,
they're gonna. We can't literally. It's so important that we have both of them, as we all know. So hopefully it is just mind games. Look, the good news is Mourinho said that he does expect Kane to play, which is the good news. So hopefully it's nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think those are just smoke screens. Reguilon does have me a little bit worried because he has been playing quite a lot of games, and
he has.
He runs quite a lot, so maybe he might have a knock, but I think Kane is just fine. I think that's all smoke screen.
Although Mourinho did say Reguilon, he still has a good chance to play on Sunday, so that's a good news as well.
Thank God. Yeah, but go on, David.
No, go on. Finish what you're saying.
No, I was just gonna say, listen, man. I know I see this sometimes this hate that Doherty gets, and I saw some hate that Rodon gets. Listen, man. I mean, why are we hating these new players? You know what I mean? Like you keep asking for these old players that make the same mistake.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not giving the new players any chance.
And can I just add to a point on Matt Doherty that I said on David's channel earlier? It's a point that I think a lot of people are missing. The people that give him criticism is that it's really hard to adapt from being a right wing back to a flat right back. It's very, very different. And basically, since he's come in, he's virtually having to adapt his whole game and sort of become this sort of new position. It takes a while, and it's going to take time. And I think a few people need to sort of realise that. I'm surprised that a few people have missed that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, and also he's had Traore, along with him. You know what I mean? Listen, Traore is probably one of the best, right wingers in the league. Yeah, one of the best wingers in the league.
He's definitely the fastest, that's for sure.
Yeah, and he's always used to Traore coming back and helping him out, because Traore is an amazing
Traore can play right wing back as well, so I mean, look, it's virtually double there.
So he's used to that role, and I think you just got to give the man some chance. And I think he hasn't really put too much of a foot wrong. He hasn't made a really dumb mistake that I can remember. You know what I mean? I know he had the whole handball thing, but it's like...
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is as well? People are expecting him to be sort of the fullback he was at Wolves. And I was as well when he came in. Sort of the fullback that sort of bombs forward and sort of gets in behind and makes those runs into the box. But as a right back, he can't be as advanced as he is when it's a right back, because it's a different role. He has more defensive responsibility, and so far he's defended pretty well in my opinion so far.
His clearance against what was it, like West Brom and Burnley was fantastic.
Don't forget
his
his
players
assist, his goal against West Brom.
Yeah,
got an assist as
yeah.
well against West Brom. So I think he's been good, man.
He should have scored against Everton as well. Look,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
like
on the opening day.
like Charlie was saying, it's a complete different game to switch from playing right wing back to right back. Positionally, it's completely different because in right wing back you're playing a bit higher out,
Virtually as a
higher
winger.
up.
Let's be honest. Like,
yeah, you have another centre back to cover you if you do get caught out of position. Whereas in right back, you're part of the defence, you're part of that back four structure. You have to make sure your line is straight so that you don't get caught playing someone on side. You know what I mean? You also have to be good at being able to play out from the back in tight, tricky situations. You don't have as much time as you would on it further up the field. And also, you have a lot more. It's a lot more getting forward and back, especially the way Mourinho likes his right back to play. So it's a complete different position. And I just think we just need to give him time to transition into right back. Watching him with the Republic of Ireland, he has struggled as well. But look, it's a guy we just need to give time. And then at the end of the day, for what was it, 12 million?
Yeah.
Or
12 million, yeah. No,
for 12 million.
Just 12 million, yeah.
For 12 million,
it's worked
out. It's worked out absolutely perfect, purely because even Aurier stepped up his game. It's given Aurier a kick up the ass. And he's been absolutely fantastic.
I think it sort of shows as well, Aurier. Maybe he just needed a bit of competition. Maybe that's what it was. Because you saw last season, probably last season, statistically, I think it was his best season for Tottenham last season. Statistically, in terms of assists and goals.
Defensively, though.
Maybe defensively. Yeah, I might be wrong. But look, what I will say is he had good games and bad games last season. But even so, he wasn't being pushed. That's why we didn't see the sort of top of his game last season, because he was the only right back. I can't get my head around why that was the case last season. But luckily this season it's not, and we've finally addressed that problem. And look, it's definitely competition in the squad. It's going to help every player. And I think that's exactly what it's doing with Serge Aurier.
I think also another thing that Doherty has that Aurier sometimes lacks is final ball.
Yeah.
And also I think Doherty also tracks back better than Aurier. Because I don't know if you remember the City game, Aurier, there was moments where Musa has to cover Aurier a lot of times, especially on that right
against
side.
Chelsea. We were virtually playing two right backs. If you saw a lot of that game, Sissoko was virtually in that right back position.
Yes,
literally.
Well, it was even the same last season when Mourinho took over. He knew that Aurier needed that double up to cover. Do you know what I mean?
Track back very well.
Do you know what it was as well? Is that like with the defence last year, I think one of the main reasons why it was so poor and why players like Aurier were probably made to look a bit worse is because there was no defensive midfielder last season. This year we've got the beast, Højbjerg.
Yeah.
He's an absolute beast in there.
Man of steel, baby.
Yeah, he's man of steel. He's completely transformed our team completely, and I think it's a big reason why our defence is looking better this season. I think so.
We got the best Pierre in North London, bro. The best Pierre in North London. I love Højbjerg, bro. He's fantastic. I'm gonna get his jersey next season, man. I love that guy. He's such a baller, man. And he works so hard on the ball. And I love his interviews. Have you seen his interviews?
Oh, I saw the one. I think it was NBC or something. Yeah,
professional. He's so professional, man. And that's what we needed, man. We need leaders. You know, you look at other clubs, Arsenal, Man United, they don't have leaders.
No.
You know, the reason why Mourinho failed at Man United was because their players lacked the leadership and the mentality.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Speak of that, I just want to add to that quickly. For that Man United thing, it turned out all along Mourinho was right the whole time. Basically, what they did was they chose Pogba over Mourinho. That's literally what it was. But Marcelo, continue with what you were saying.
And that whole thing. If you look at Mourinho, you know why I keep saying we're gonna win the league this season, right? If you look at Mourinho, dude, you look at Mourinho. Porto was a struggling club when he entered. Second season, won the league. Chelsea, club that hadn't won the league in 50 years. Chelsea fans hating on Mourinho. He won you the league. After 50 years, you can't hate on that man. Exactly. Won the league, second season. He goes to Enter afterwards, right? I think he went to Enter after that. Won the league, second season. The only club he has not won the league in his second season was Man United. And the only reason he didn't win it was because those guys were undisciplined. You look at this Tottenham squad, we are disciplined. These players will listen to Mourinho. They are listening to Mourinho, following his philosophy. Paul Pogba was like, "Oh, this is not the way Man United play." How do you know? How do you know? How do you know how Man United play, bro? Have you won a Champions League? Have you won a Champions League? Are you a manager now? You know what I mean? You got guys going up and say like, "Oh, this is not how we're supposed to play. This is how I want to play real football." Who are you, bro? Who are you? You talking to the special one, bro? What is that, man? Come on, man.
I just,
that
I just, I
that was
just,
quality.
I just want to add to that. It's not only like the way he manages his team, but it's his eye for players as well. You look at Porto, Quaresma, Deco.
Fantastic.
You know, there's a couple of other players there that I'm not even thinking of. Then you look when he went to Chelsea. Everyone thought McAlady was finished. He got him in, put him in a certain role.
Højbjerg's our McAlady. Højbjerg's our McAlady, I think. Same role.
He built Chelsea's golden generation, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That he built Chelsea's golden generation.
And then like you look at the players he added into our team there, like Højbjerg, what a signing that was. Doherty, you know, some of the players he's brought in there. But just before we move on to the next segment, I just want to incorporate some of the people watching here. Just shout out there to Merrick. I know he's a regular on.
Big up, Merrick.
Comes on my channel a lot as well.
Big up, Merrick. Joe 27. No, Charlie, don't be getting upset because this was put up before you came on.
Yeah,
it's big up both David and Marcelo. It's another fan out there for you, Marcelo. They love you.
Big up, Joe, bro. Big up, Joe. You're the man, bro.
We have Merrick here again. It is why is everyone saying Arsenal are collapsing? They collapsed once they were dumped 8-2 v Bayern.
It was 10-2.
It was 10-2. 10-2. Actually, it was 15-3 in like what 2 years, right? Since they played Bayern.
Something like
yeah,
that, yeah.
it was ridiculous, bro. You know what I mean? Hey, I'll say this, dude. That Audi Cup final is looking a lot better now.
do you know what I was thinking as well? Do you know? I actually thought about it the other week. I was like, I wish we never won the Audi Cup because of the way people take the mickey out of it. Like, I just wish. I wish we never won that pre-season tournament just because of the way people the way they take the mick out of it.
But then if we didn't win it, but if we didn't win it, like they would just say, "Oh, 10-Pot Club can't even win a preseason trophy. We can't win. We can't win. We can't win. They're obsessed. Live rent free. Don't let these men, Charlie. Don't let these men get to you. We live in their heads rent free. Tottenham. These men say, "Oh, Tottenham haven't won anything, haven't anything."
That's not true though.
No, but like they're talking about us. Okay, if we're such a small club, why are you always talking about us? Talk about your club.
Exactly. You know what it is, right? I just hope we beat them on Sunday, man. I just really want that. It's like I do every North London derby. But look, as well, just the way their fans are, they're the ones that call they're the ones that call Spurs irrelevant. If we're so irrelevant, why are you always constantly talking about us? Like, work that one out. Like,
they're the ex-girlfriend. They're the ex-clingy girlfriend. You know what I mean? They thought they had it. They thought they had the romance.
They literally are obsessed with us.
Yeah, they thought they had the romance, and we said, no. North London is ours. Get away. You know what I mean? And they can't handle it. They can't handle it.
They're just deluded. A lot of their fan base. Let's be honest. Like,
I just want to run through a few more comments here. Walk on the northern side, guys. You are smashing it. You're talking sense, absolute sense, and from the heart, not like the flip-flops down the road. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it.
Flip-flops is the term I was using with you, David. Remember, flip-flops.
Yeah. Look, we try to be as positive as positive as we can here. We're the happy bunch over here. And then you have the negative sideshow down the road, the club everyone loves to laugh at. So I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Thanks very much for tuning in as well. Joe 27
Sunday. Need to beat them. Yeah,
I already said it. We can play our under 23s. We'll still beat those guys. They're dead food, man. You know, they keep saying, "Oh, their history." I was talking to my friend Hafa. He's an Arsenal fan. He always keeps talking about history. Oh, we won the Premier League. We won this. We won that. I'm like, bro, Thierry Henry can't play for you no more. Patrick Vieira can't. They can't play. They're retired, bro. Their legs are gone. You have how many?
Do you know what it is like? Their fans say we've won absolutely nothing, but the truth is we have. Just they need to understand that football did exist before 2001. That's what they don't understand. Like they don't see that. They think football only started in 2000. It's ridiculous for me. They don't look deeper. They don't look deeper. And so what if it was long ago? At the end of the day, we still won it, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, part of what makes their club still relevant today. It's that past history. You know what I mean? Their club is not relevant today. They what, 14th? Yeah, they have the pass and hold on, and then they're like, "Oh, all you have is the pass and hold on." What are you talking about? We're challenging for the league, bro. Where are you? You're dead, done. You're done out here. You know what I mean? You're finished. You're finished. And you know, we won. We're the first club to win the double. We have more European success than them.
First club to win a European trophy.
Yeah, exactly. We have more European success than them. You know what I mean? When was the last time Arsenal have had any European success? Nobody knows who they are. You ask Bayern, you're like, hey Bayern, you ever heard of the club Arsenal? Oh, is that that little club that we smashed 15? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? They don't even know them, bro. They're irrelevant in Europe, bro. I'm telling you, they're becoming irrelevant.
Oh,
we have Joe 27 here. Arsenal should keep Arteta. Yeah, look, I'm a firm believer. Anytime you see an Arsenal fan, just let them tell you about the process because they don't know what it is. They can't explain it to you, right? But just keep encouraging them. Just keep saying, yeah, I fully believe you. Keep believing in the process. It's going to work out. Because from our Spurs fans' point of view, it's not working out. They're too deluded to see it. So I actually want you just to kind of blow smoke up their arse and just, keep trusting the process because they don't even know what it is. So I want to keep them deluded over there. Look, the numpties over there don't even know what process means. Do you know what I mean? So, look. And then we have Gaffy 1996. Mourinho is the GOAT.
Yeah,
he knows. He knows. The special one.
Yeah. Jose is at the wheel.
Can I talk about the process for 1 second, guys? Listen, I think Arteta's process, you know, it is quite frightening. You know what I mean? It's you know, he's going to change that club. And honestly, I think he might win the league and the championship next season, you know, after they get relegated. So, you know, the process might be working, bro. The process might be working. They might win the championship next season. So, Arsenal fans, you might have your league title.
I just want to big up Caleb Nassaued. I think
he's on my channel as well a lot.
Yeah, look,
I hope it's Mind Games, man. I really hope so.
And just everybody out there, while the comments are coming in, I just want to say thanks very much for your support. I'm absolutely blown away. I'm up about a week and a half now, and I'm up to 244 subscribers. So keep getting everyone to keep smashing that subscribe button. It's a big help, and I can keep bringing you people like Marcelo and Charlie. You just love them, and I just want to keep doing it. So keep hitting that subscribe button. Joe 27, Arteta is doing bits. The only bits he's doing is his hair with a comb.
This comment here, Ty, man, I can't deal with him. He is insane. He's about 50, and he argues with people that are like 16 at an under 23 game. Like, come on, he argues with them at an under 23 game.
Listen, if I can make some jokes about AFTV, but I want to keep it, you know, family friendly. But God, they're jokesters, bro. That is it. You ever seen Trailer Park Boys? I don't know if you ever seen Trailer Park Boys. It's like an episode of Trailer Park Boys. It's just absolute clownery there, man. It's all a joke. You know what I mean? It's like watching like reality TV with them. It's ridiculous. You have guys like DT that are like have children. You have guys like DT, man. This man literally said, I missed my son's birthday for this Arsenal game. Bro, go home and feed your kids, bro. What are you talking about? You missed
the guy's like 40. He acts like he's like 12. Like,
yeah, man. He's grown a beard. He has neck tattoos. Man thinks he's like Conor McGregor or something, bro. He's trying to start fights or something like that, bro. Man, that man looks like Rag and Bone. You don't look like Conor McGregor. Stop acting like you look like Conor McGregor, bro. You're nothing like that guy. You don't got the swag or nothing.
Lovely comment there from Joe. I love that comment. I won't read it out.
Tapas Pulis.
Yeah, look, that's the name that's doing the rounds. People love it. Big shout out to
enough about Arsenal. We don't want to dwell on Arsenal too much.
Forget about them.
Enough about Arsenal.
A big shout out to Intern. He's another regular on your channel and another tuner in here.
Big up.
We also have Matt Hayes here. Big up Matt Hayes. We've also been on his channel doing podcasts.
What a trio.
Good to see you, Matt. I hope one day we can do an interview, man. You speak so eloquently. Maybe you can, balance me out because I don't speak eloquent at all. I just came here and just chat pure nonsense sometimes.
Yeah, Matty Hayes, what a trio this is. I'm loving these live shows, David. good to see Charlie and Marcelo as always. Big up, Matt. He's helped me a lot with my channel. Thank you very much as well. Same as you, Charlie, and the boys over at We Are Tottenham TV. Matt Hayes here again. I don't think Sissoko on the right was saving Aurier. It was tactical to deal with Bernardo Silva pulling wide and Timo Werner falling into the inside left flank. Yeah, look, I fully agree with that, Matt. The only thing I will say is that we did see him do it a lot last season as well, tucking in and helping Aurier and doubling up. But look, he's a player that if we take out the team, it will affect us defensively because of the role he does play. A specific role that Mourinho wants him to play.
You know what it is? I'll talk a bit about Sissoko as well. Against sort of the big teams as well, he's very effective because off the ball, he's brilliant off the ball. But I just feel like when we play against like the bottom half teams, I don't see what his role is. I feel like that's when we need to start seeing the dream midfield, as everyone says, of Højbjerg, Lo Celso and Ndombele. I think against the smaller teams, Sissoko, I'm not really sure what his role is because he's not great in possession. I just think against the bigger teams, he's crucial. He really is. He's going to be crucial on Sunday, that's for sure, because I think his energy and the fact that he just works so hard off the ball is crucial. But it's just in possession, we know the lack of quality he has on the ball. I just feel like against the smaller teams, we need to start seeing sort of Lo Celso and Ndombele with Højbjerg in the same team, in my opinion.
You have another fan here, Marcelo. Quickly, just give him a shout out there, Darren Hiller. He loves your passion. So
I love you too, bro.
We're all on the Mourinho train.
Yeah, all on the Mourinho train. I'm riding till it. I'm riding that train until it dies, man. You know what I mean? If you're a Tottenham fan, just ride it until it dies, man. Because listen, when we win trophies, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret not being on the train. We're gonna win trophies this season. I'm telling you, bro.
Matt's a big fan here as well. He says it's difficult to watch Marcelo without smiling. Absolute hero. Yeah, you've had me and Charlie smiling here an awful lot since going on today. So thank you. We have a Simon Cohen here. Big shout out to Simon. Thanks very much. Saying a good show, Dave. I really appreciate that. And he's also asking where Matt Hayes is. Look, Matt Hayes is a busy man. He works as well. So he's working today.
Matt, does he do? He does. Yeah, Matt does all the stat stuff, doesn't he, for the EFL clubs? Yeah.
Oh wow, that's good for him.
Yeah,
man.
So it sounds like a good job. Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna say if Matt, if you're here, please work hard, man. Become a pundit in Sky Sports because we are lacking pundits, man. I'm so sick and tired of hearing Clown FC.
Can I talk about Sky Sports as well? Do you know what they've been doing today? When of the Kane injury, when Mourinho clearly said that he thinks he is going to play on Sunday, they're like, Kane, big injury, doubt for Sunday, blah, blah, blah. They're just twisting words. They twist words, not just with that thing, but all the time. They twist words of what people actually say, and it's just getting on my nerves with Sky. It's an agenda. Everyone seems to have an agenda against us. It's just a bit ridiculous, in my opinion.
And then you have Clowns FC.
Just a quick shout out also to Alex FRW and Spurs for Life. And Hamang Bandani. Thanks very much for tuning in, lads. I really do appreciate it. Sorry, go on, Marcelo.
Yeah, I was gonna touch on the media thing. Also Clown FC. Clown FC. I won't even say their name. But those two idiots, saying things about Kane, saying he's a mofo or whatever, saying, "Oh, thank God he's good at footballer." You know what? You should be glad. You know what? Because you wish you could be half as good as Kane is at your job, all right? Because you're a terrible pundit. You're an awful pundit. Well, I don't get it. What's with the hate? Kane is literally like the nicest guy ever. He goes and helps kids.
Do you know what it is? Why does Kane get so much hate? I think it's just completely disrespectful, in my opinion, because the guy's like the model professional. Literally, he's the most mature professional that anyone could look up to, and yet he still gets disrespect. I just don't understand it. It's ridiculous, in my opinion, because what's he done? I just don't understand it. And as well, like, the fact is as well, the stuff people say, Kane's not going to lose sleep over it, because look at his life compared to all these keyboard warriors and stuff. You know what I mean? Kane, for me, he's been the best player in Europe this season. I think he's been that good this season. Phenomenal.
To be honest with you, though, right? It's all the English press always do it. They build up one of their players to so far, and then they love to knock them down again. They do it to all the best players. They do it time and time again. They've done it to Gaza. They've done it to Wayne Rooney. Do you know what I mean? And they're trying to set Kane up for it, but it's not going to work with Kane because Kane's too much of a modern professional.
Kane does everything. Kane's a complete modern professional, and everyone should look up to him. I think he's an amazing guy. Just on and off the pitch, he's an amazing guy, definitely.
I know this is like a Tottenham channel, but just to touch on that, I can't believe you guys treat some of your legends that way, man. It's just like I remember in 2006, Ronaldo, R9, he was absolutely done, finished, but the Brazilian national team wanted to bring him for some reason. The fans didn't want him, but guess what? We never booed that man once. Even if he was finished, that man won us a World Cup. He's done it all. He scored so many goals. He brought so much happiness to us. He bled for the shirt. And it's just like I can't believe media would just do something like that to Kane. You know what I mean? You should be grateful to have someone like that.
The thing is, the England national team, they don't deserve Harry Kane, in my opinion. The way England,
give him to us. Give him to us.
England don't deserve Harry Kane, in my opinion. I think he gets underappreciated, in my opinion, for England. He deserves a lot more respect.
Then men, we're talking about, should we start Jamie Vardy or Abraham over Kane and stuff like that? Just because they had like a few good games.
Vardy's retired, so he's out of the question because he retired. But as well, the others, like, I know Calvert-Lewin's done good, but no one is on the level of Harry Kane. He's got his own bracket, Harry Kane.
Oh my God, yeah. It's ridiculous. I'm saying, Kane, if somehow, some way, this reaches up to you. If you have you can change your citizenship, become a Brazilian. Come on, join a striker, become a striker for Brazil national team. Neymar up there with you. It'll be beautiful. It'll be beautiful. We'll win the World Cup. Everything. It'll be fantastic, and we'll love you.
No, look, moving on to the next part of the show. There were other things I wanted to talk about Dele Alli, but look, everyone knows our opinions on them. We will get back onto that next week or on Saturday night, maybe. I think we might be going live Saturday night, whoever's around. And the transfer market, but I leave that to Matt Hayes. That's his speciality, and Charlie as well. Charlie does videos on them as well, so make sure you get over there when the transfer window opens up and check them guys out. But even when the transfer window is closed, get over and check them out anyway. Quality content. But one that all fans can get involved in, and I really think they're going to enjoy listening to, is our top 5 favourite Spurs players of all time. I'm going to give mine, and then Marcelo, you give yours, and Charlie, you give yours, and then we'll just talk about them.
Interesting.
And also, everyone watching, there's 28 of you. Make sure you get yours in as well.
Do you know what it is? It's hard. It's all time. It's hard because a lot of fantastic players weren't in my time. So how are we doing it? Shall I do it just in my time or overall from what I know of?
Whatever you want. It's your favorite 5 players. Me personally, I'm just going to give mine over my generation because like that's what I grew up watching. But if you give your favorite of all time, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I'll get thinking. There's a lot I could think of that I could put in there. So
I'll say this: if you ask me this next week, it'll probably change. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think I got a list in my head right now.
Yeah.
I know who's my number 1 is. That's easy, but the rest it's gonna be tough.
Right. So do you want to go ahead, Charlie? You go ahead there first. You kick it off, and then.
Okay. So there's a few I think of, not in any particular order. I haven't had time to sort of think about a particular order, but I've got sort of a 5. I've got one here. I think Robbie Keane has to be up there. A guy that was a little bit in my time, just towards the end of his Tottenham career. I saw a bit of him live, and I think, look, I've seen all the stuff of him before. Of course, David, for you, a fellow Irish player, it must have been amazing for you. But I think Robbie Keane's definitely up there for me. He was just a joy to watch. His movement as a striker was just phenomenal. And of course, what was in that League Cup winning team 2008 played a massive role in that. So yeah, look, of course, I didn't see all of him. I was towards the end. But for me, I've heard all about him, and not just him, just loads of other players as well. I've heard all about. So I think, yeah, I have to put Robbie Keane in there, 100%.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah, look, for me, look, he's an icon. Every young lad all over Ireland was rolling around, doing a cartwheel across the dirt, and then giving it the little gun. Do you know what I mean? He was an inspiration to all of us out there growing up. Everyone wanted to be like him. Everyone wanted to look like him. He's an icon, and to see him at Spurs was the club I support as an Irish fan. It was absolutely amazing, and his love for the club. And the partnership he had with Berbatov that time, it was the best in the league.
Yeah, that is a good partnership. I think Berbatov will probably be my list, to be
Yeah.
honest. Even though
Shall I,
he went to
shall I get my
United.
next one, or do you guys want to do your first one?
No, you'll finish off your list.
No.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do my list first. So, of course, I had Robbie Keane. I think, as you said, Berbatov for me is another one. Again, a player similar because he was there similar time of Keane. Sort of, I saw a bit of him towards the end, but not his full time. But look, the guy's touch was something else. Literally, his touch was just just one of the best first touches I've ever seen. And look, he very skillful. Well, maybe not skillful, but just very sort of finesse. He had a lot of finesse about him. I felt Berbatov, and I think, as you said, that partnership with him and Keane was just phenomenal. And I think, look, the way he left, it was a shame the way he left. But look, he was still just a phenomenal player for Spurs, and definitely was a joy to watch.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, Berbatov and Keane were a little bit before, when I started supporting Tottenham. But I do, I have seen their matches, and I go back and watch, old matches all the time. And yeah, they were absolutely fantastic. That duo, I'll give anything to just watch that live, because I was one of those cases that missed it, man. And it's so sad, but they were amazing.
Yeah, definitely. I think, yeah, look, then my third one on my list, there's a few in mind. I've got to go for Ledley King. Don't know. I've got to go for him. I think
Yeah.
I just wish he had more than one
Everyone has
knee.
that.
I wish he had more than one knee. Because I think he would have been the best centre back in the world if it wasn't for his injuries. He would have been the best in the world. And I think just when he was fit, no one could get past him. He was literally a brick wall in that defence, and he was a captain. Of course, it's great to have him in the coaching staff now. You can see what he's doing to sort of improve our defence, which has definitely had a big impact. You can see recently, and I think just overall a legend of the club. And a guy that was just when he wasn't injured, just a phenomenal defender, completely.
Yeah, look, Ledley King for me. I loved watching him play. He was Tottenham through and through. He loved the club.
Yeah.
Just to see the rise of Ledley King as well was something else, and the fact that he didn't do a Judas and do a Saul Campbell on us, and he stuck with us.
That's the expression calls him Soulless Phil Campbell. That's all I call him now, bro. I won't ever call that man. He's a soulless. I don't even want to talk about that man, bro. Forget him. He has no fans.
Ledley King is also a lad that every Spurs player should look up to and aspire to be, and that's exactly what I think Tanganga is. I think Ledley King is literally reliving his career through. He's going to relive it through Tanganga, in my opinion.
Yeah, and remember, I was giving you that stat, David. Ledley King's debut was against a losing performance against Liverpool, but he had an amazing performance at a young age. And Taganga's debut was a losing effort against Liverpool, but he had an amazing performance. So it's like
more omens.
more stars aligning. Yeah.
Well. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. As well, I just want to say I've got sort of a 6 because I couldn't fit them all in. So I got sort of 2 and then a bonus one as well. But look, I've got to put the next 2 in there. Kane and Son for me, 2 icons that especially when they first joined, I was sort of growing up, and they're just, look, we know what they're about now. Just 2 phenomenal world class players. Just love to score goals. I mean, you can see how important they are to our team now. Definitely, and I think they have to be in that list because they've been massive icons for me growing up. In particularly at the start of when Harry Kane sort of broke in. That was when I was growing up, and I think it was just a joy to see. Definitely for me.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah,
so you
look,
said you had a 6. What was your?
Yeah, there's the next one because I wanted to put. There's 6 that I thought of. I wanted to put them all in, so I just got to say them, isn't it? So the next one I'm going to talk about is Gareth Bale. Of course, he's back at the club now, but in his first spell, that was while I was proper growing up. And he was a guy that he was an icon for me when I was growing up because just you saw in that season. AVB, no tactics. It was just all Gareth Bale that season, literally. Just screamer after screamer after screamer, and
the speed, the pace,
speed, everything about
dribbling.
him. Just Yeah, everything. He was, for me, like I used to always say he was the best player in the world at that time when I was quite young then, but I would just always say he's the best player in the world. And I was gutted when he left. I was absolutely gutted, literally, when he left to Madrid that summer. I was gutted, but I have to put all of them in there because they're just 6 players that were just icons for me. Just in overall, to be honest. So yeah, Gareth Bale's got to go in there for me. The main guy while I was growing up was definitely Gareth Bale.
Yeah. I guess, am I next?
Yeah.
Go on.
Number 1, it's Gareth Bale for me because he's the guy that got me supporting this club. Without Gareth Bale, because as a young Brazilian, kid, all we watched was really the Brazilian league, and we just supported our local clubs. And but when I came to the States, I really started getting into like European football, and Gareth Bale just absolutely, he just captured everything about football, just the pace, the dribbling, the scoring, the screamers. And then I kind of, I started following Gareth Bale, and then I started following Tottenham, started understanding the history, just fell in love with the club along with it. And it was just, without Gareth Bale, I wouldn't be sitting here doing an interview with you, with you guys today. So I just got to give that man a tribute. He will always be my number 1. Number 2, I would say, even though he was before my time of supporting Tottenham, Ledley King. You know what I mean? Just I just seeing him right now as a coach, it's absolutely beautiful. He's a captain. He's a guy that never, left the club, never gave up the club. He still hasn't given up in the club today. And you know what? Seeing him lifting that Premier League this season, seeing him lifting with that team, I'm gonna cry, bro. I'm telling you, Ledley King, he's an absolute icon. Number 3, it has to be Son Ronaldo. I always talk about him in the interviews. He's my favorite player, maybe of all time, along right there with R9. I love the guy, and especially here in Boston, we do got a Korean community, and I love eating Korean food, Korean barbecue, and all that stuff. So it's like you meet a Korean man, they love Son. You know what I mean? He's absolutely an icon there. So it has to be Ronaldo.
You see all the merchandise as well. I just want to add, it just shows some really good business for the club. I think his transfer fee that we paid for him has probably made a profit in terms of quadrupling the amount of merchandise we've got, literally.
Yeah. I mean, what was the stat? Like 50% of Korea supports Tottenham or something like that? Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Huge.
Yeah. Number 4, Vertonghen. I was so sad when he left Spurs, man. I love Vertonghen. I love the celebration, the Superman, bro. When he scored against Wolves, I went absolutely ballistic.
That was a great moment.
Yeah, he just, ripped the shirt, did that slide. Everybody was going insane.
Dortmund as well. 3-0 against Dortmund.
That was fantastic. He probably, for me, he was probably the best left back I've ever seen in my life.
Left wing back.
Left wing back.
Literally.
That was amazing. That was fantastic. I love Vertonghen. Also, that game against United, where we won at Old Trafford.
Scored that amazing run.
Clint Thfc also, scored at the end. 3-2. Oh, that was fantastic, man. That was some scenes right there. So I love Vertonghen. Always stayed loyal to the club. For me, he was one of the best center backs in the Premier League. He definitely could have probably looked for other clubs, but he always stayed loyal to the club. A great servant. He's still a great servant today. You see him, he loves the club. So yeah, I think that was my number 4, right? Yeah. Or number 3.
No, that was number.
Yeah, it was Bale, Ledley King, and then Son, and then Vertonghen. Yeah. And then number 5, it's tough between, it's either Berbatov or Kane. I'm gonna go with Kane because Berbatov left. He left the United, so screw you, Berbatov. You're out of my list. But Berbatov was a fantastic player. He was quality, but Harry Kane, just because he's one of our own, bro. He loves the club. You know what I mean? You can tell he's the best striker in the world. He's the best ever, and the fact that he still chooses to be at this club and still fights for us. You can tell he wants to win a trophy. He looks like a man possessed right now. He wants to win a trophy so bad. And, you see him play as defender, midfielder, right back, left back, right wing. You see the man doing it all for us. And Harry Kane's number 5.
Yeah. Look, Kane and Son are obviously in mine. The two guys are going to be stars. They're leading this next generation of Spurs fans to success. They're going to be at the forefront of it. They're the ones that are scoring all the goals. So the two boys have to be there, especially Kane, because I've watched him from his first goal against Shamrock Rovers right through to this day now, and I've been able to watch his rise, and it's been great. And it's been a great journey to be on. So thanks very much to Harry Kane for that. Sonny as well. This is a winger. A winger that we've kind of haven't really had at Tottenham before. Someone that's very tricky, can come in, he can shoot on both feet. He's very exciting to watch. He gets me out of my seat anytime I get over to the lane, or even when it was at Wembley that time to watch him. So Sonny's one. Ledley King is another. Look, he's a legend in my eyes. He's exactly what Japhet Tanganga should be. Should want to be. And again, he's another one of our own. And to see him back at the club, I love it. So thank you, Jose, for that. I really do appreciate that. The next one, and I'm pretty surprised, I've actually seen no one say it in the comments here either, is Luka Modric.
Oh.
Yeah.
Baller,
what a player. Yeah, what a player.
Yeah.
Luka Modric. That's a good one.
That's a good, I completely
one,
forgot
man.
about him, Luka
Yeah.
Modric.
What I watched this guy was, I loved watching him. He's one of the best midfielders I've ever seen on the ball in the Premier League. He never lost the ball. He always kept play ticking over. He was creative. He had when he did score, he scored some wonder strikes. And just for the size of the guy, he was never bounced off the ball around muscle. Me personally, growing up over the childhood, that was a player I thoroughly enjoyed watching. He was just a different type of player, and a player that we really needed at the time. So Modric is that player. And then my last one is David Ginola. This is from my early years at the lane, going with my old lad. When he used to bring me, I used to love watching Ginola play. He was so good on the ball. It was the first kind of player that I remember personally with a bit of skill and a bit of flair about him, especially from a young age. I loved his wavy hair as well. And I just loved everything about Ginola. He was another personal favourite of mine. So look, so there you have it, guys. There's all of our 5 favourite players. Feel free to get in your comments there now if you feel like we've missed anyone. We'll just go to a few comments here anyway. We have Simon Cohen. I believe I've seen me put in the comment section that he's 61. I appreciate that. I can get people viewing from all age ranges. It's a big testament to you two guys as well. People are loving the show. So thanks very much for making it work. It wouldn't happen without you guys. He says, Winks and Dele, Davison, 100 million. Look, Winks is a player that me and Charlie have discussed a lot. Maybe we think he might leave the club in the summer. I just personally don't think he's good enough. He can't live off the homegrown tag anymore because we have players coming through now. So that's not there for him to live off either. And I honestly believe he could be gone in the summer if the right club with the right amount of money comes in, and you'll see Skip come back in. And especially if you see us bring in Sabitzer, either Ali or Winks will be gone. One of them will have to make way as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to sell him this January. I don't think
it's hard. Yes, it's harder to get deals done in January, so it's more likely if he is going to go, it's more likely in the summer.
I don't think we're going to do really any business in January, if I'm being honest. I think we might at most sign one player, and I think that's if Dele goes or Sanchez goes. If one of those goes, I think we're going to sign a player. I don't think Dele's going to go, but I think Sanchez, there's a possible chance he might go. And go ahead.
If Sanchez goes, for me, we should be trying to sell Sanchez to go and reinvest in Skriniar, in my opinion, because the defense has been very good this season, keeping them least goals conceded in the league this year. It's been very good, but I think Sanchez, he's about fourth choice now. So if we sell him and you go and reinvest in Skriniar, it adds another quality option to our defensive ranks and just makes our defense even stronger than it already is, because it's already got very strong this season. But if you add another quality option in there, it just gets even stronger. And I think for me, as I said, I can't see us bringing Skriniar in if Sanchez stays. But for me, I think we should be trying to sell Sanchez to get Skriniar, in my opinion. I think it should be something we're trying to do. Just try and offload Sanchez and then reinvest in Skriniar for me, because it's an upgrade in sort of one like-for-like change, but an upgrade in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Charlie. Normally, with Winks and Deli, I hate just saying sell a player even after they're at the lowest. I like to be positive. I like to give them a chance. But with me with Sanchez, it's just like
4 years, same mistakes.
4 years,
Yeah.
same mistakes. At least like guys like Winks, Deli has offered a lot to this club. Deli had that great 3-year period, you know what I mean? And we all know if maybe we can get that, that same Deli back, he can offer so much to the club. And Winks, he had a good period with us too, So we know with those players, maybe if we can get them back to where they were, they can offer something to the club. But for me, Sanchez, since he came, he has not offered enough to the club. He's already a guy I kind of like set my mind on that I think he needs to go.
You consider as well that he cost like £42 million, and he was our record signing. I remember then we had the choice between him and De Ligt, and I cannot. No, just your expression says everything. That expression said everything. Everything. Literally, just this. Oh, it just made me crack up, man.
It could be worse. It could be
said everything.
It could be worse.
And just a couple of players we're linked with there, lads.
We could have had. What is it? Mustafi. We could have had Mustafi. So it could be worse. We ended up with Sanchez.
No, not Mustafi. No.
Yeah, no, look, a player I've seen us linked with this morning, another centre back, Ben White. Look, he's not a player I want to sign. I want the big boys in now. I want the best around. He's 23. He's the same age as Rodon. If we were truly interested, like Sky Sports said, because we know they like to throw out stories there just to capture some of the. As I
said this morning, Ben White wouldn't make sense because we bought someone like that is Rodon for me. Someone like that is Rodon, a young and up and coming centre back, which could be very good in the future. I just think bringing Ben White in wouldn't make sense. I think if you were to sell Sanchez, then it's someone like Skriniar you have to bring in. It just makes more sense to me because Ben White. If you bring him in, you've got. That's just another up-and-coming centre-back. We've got that with Rodon. As Alistair Gold described it, Rodon's like a project the club are working on, trying to build up. I think it's better to have one, and you can't have like all your defenders being these sort of projects. In my opinion, I think one's enough, and I think Rodon. Look, he's going to be he's going to be a really good defender in the future, definitely. But I think one of them's type of players is enough for me. I think. Around him, you need to have players that he can learn off. Like he's already got the likes of Alderweireld, Dyer, and I think he can learn off these guys. And I think if you were to sell Sanchez and bring in someone like Skriniar, it's just another person that he can learn off. He can learn off a world-class defender. And I think Ben White wouldn't make sense to me. I don't think because we got Rodon, so it wouldn't make sense.
And Tanganga, we got Rodon and Tanganga.
Yeah, Tanganga as well.
Yeah, so that's our two future backup right there, man. So you said it. You hit it right on the nail. And listen, I think people, you need to stop listening to Clown FC and Joke Sports.
Sky Sports don't have a clue. I used to think they were reliable, but they're not. They gave them a tier 2. They should be a tier 4 in my opinion.
They're Joke Sports, man.
They should be a tier 4. They're ridiculous. Sky Sports.
If you want real sports news and team news, you come and watch programs like this where you have the real boys on the real.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't listen to Joke Sports anymore. If you wanna get news to them, you only get news from Liverpool and United because they're all United fans. So I don't care about them. They still hire Paul Merson. I don't care. So
the fact they're giving that guy a job just shows you, literally.
Paul Merson can't even say Heung-min Son right. I mean, like I don't want to hear from that guy. You know what I mean? He's not a pundit. He's not real.
The good thing is, at least the likes of Charlie Nicholas have left, so that's a good thing, I guess. He's gone because he was deluded as well. He even said openly in his predictions that I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm going to do this. Literally, I'm glad he's gone. To be honest,
like Merson say like Kane wouldn't score goals.
Luckily he admitted he was wrong, which is good. I give him credit for that he admitted he was wrong.
Look, guys, I've about 5 minutes left here because my battery is about to go dead shortly.
Oh, okay,
so we'll go on for
yeah.
about another 5 minutes. So we'll move into the last part of the show. And this is a show that basically I want you to keep watching because this is the Arsenal bashing part of the show. And we're going to kick off with Marcelo. Anything you want to send out to them there?
Listen, bro. All you have is your history. That's all you have. You talk about Tierney. You talking about Tierney better than Reguilon? Tierney can't even stay in his 2 feet, bro. I thought Mesut Ozil was playing that bitch, bro. That man, Mesut Ozil. I'm telling you, Mesut Ozil is playing for an Arsenal. He was doing slide tackles on Tierney. That's why he fell over. He didn't fell over himself, bro. This club is dead, bro. They're 73 million pound players. They're getting red cards. They're players. Listen, Aubameyang, bro. That man got a new contract, a Gucci bag, and dipped out, bro. That man is done. All right, he's finished out here. Your club is dead. All right, we are the new generation of North London. North London is white. There's a new dynasty. We have the special one. You have Arteta's clone, man. You know what I mean? You have Pep's clone, man. I'm sorry. Arteta's a fraud, bro. Trust the process. Your process is relegation. All right, you're in a relegation battle. You're finished. That's it. Top of the league as well.
Over to you now, Charlie. Marcelo set it up perfectly for you. Let's get these fans pumped.
Look, listen, I just want to beat them on Sunday. Then I'll be able to rip into them as much as possible if we can beat them on Sunday. Like,
my God, we're gonna beat those men,
We
bro.
have to beat them.
That's not an if, it's when, bro. It's when. It's gonna be a disaster, bro. I'm telling you.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. But look, I think their fan base is deluded. They don't have a clue. And as a Tottenham fan, as we all can, I just can't stand that club. And Woolwich Wanderers. That's all I need to say. Woolwich Wanderers.
Woolwich Wanderers, Banter FC, the club everyone loves to laugh at. Chelsea's retirement home. They're an absolute disgrace. Look, this is a club that could have went for Mourinho. They could have went for Conte. There's a few other. They decided to go for Arteta. They're an absolute joke of a club. They're the most ambition club in the Premier League.
No ambition. You see, they built a new club, right? They built the Emirates. Guess what? We built one better, bro. We built one better, bro. You know what?
1,000 seats bigger.
Yeah,
so we just did it so we could get it over the Emirates capacity. That's why we did it. Yeah.
We keep doing them a one-up, bro. They bring in apparently Pep's protege. We bring in the special one. That man that's done it. He been there and done it all, bro. That man has more Champions League than your whole entire club history, bro. Forget about it. We have the special one. You're done. These men are done.
Oh, I love it. I love it, man.
That's a great way to end the show. Thanks very much to my special guest, Marcelo. Thanks very much to Charlie Thfc, another special guest. Look, to all the people out there watching, thanks very much for tuning in. I'll try to get through more of your comments next time. Maybe if the two guys agree, we can come on a show where we just purely answer your comments and questions, because we are getting a lot of love and support out here. So look, guys, thank you very much. I really do appreciate the two of you coming on.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. In Jose we trust. Let's go.
Let's go. Come on.
Let's go, man. Bye.